Hello, welcome to Features Pat Bench. I'm Pat. I'm also running late. I usually eat before this, but today has not gone well for me. This morning has not gone well. But it's all right. You know, you just kind of have to. You have to learn how to just kind of take life as it goes. You know, there's just no telling what's going to happen tomorrow. So you just kind of have to take it as it comes, which is what I do. I have some medical conditions that suck. I don't really want to get into all of it, but sometimes I just I know it's weird. It's like I'll stall out, and then I'll have these I'll start sweating like crazy. It's really weird, and you never know how long they're gonna last, or or even if it's gonna make me sweat. Like sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't sweat. I don't know. It's really weird. Doctors are trying to figure it out. I'm not worried about it. Everybody gets their chance to go around the earth and have a good time, and hopefully you spend as much of it as you can, having as much fun as you can, because you only get the one chance. So definitely go out there and have a good dang time, and enjoy some life. I am enjoying some breakfast. It was in a hurry, so I made tater tots with eggs and cheese and sausage. And I'm throwing hot sauce all over it. This is a pretty good hot sauce. If you've never had this one, it's pretty good. It's like habaneros and poblanos. It's got some kick. It's got some good flavor. I love poblanos. I really think poblanos have some of the best flavor of any of the peppers. Just as an opinion. I like jalapeno too. It's pretty good. But as far as the versatility and where you could just use that thing almost anywhere, man, poblanos, hands down. I'd rather have poblano than green bell pepper, honestly. But that's just me. Anyway, I'm gonna start talking with my mouth full here. Again, some more. Alright, so we got these guys we're working on. Getting pretty close. I'm wrapping these guys up. This one's pretty much done. I think I'm gonna let him be finished. He needs a wet glaze. So probably spray him with my brain's not functioning. With a glossy varnish that finally came out of my brain. Like I said, I am rough. This is my first cup of coffee right here today, and I'm like a 2 cups a day guy. But after I have those weird phases, attacks, whatever you want to call them, I'm always afraid to drink coffee. What if my heart blows up and I die? Which is probably not gonna happen. I mean, honestly, I don't think the doctors don't seem to have any idea what's wrong. So, I don't think I'm really in that bad. Whatever it is probably just some weird minor thing. But who knows? It still freaks me out. So I'm always like, should I drink this coffee? I don't know if that's a great idea. So putting a little water in the wet palette. We gotta let that get set up. Like I said, guys, I'm way behind on a bunch of stuff today. Today did not go well. But like hell, I was gonna cancel today. We canceled like half of last week. So I'm like, man, nah. We're gonna play. We're gonna get on there. We're gonna play the game, get it figured out. I'm not gonna worry about it. Man, I was sick last week though. I'm really glad this mic barely picks me up eating. It'd be awful to have to come in here and listen to me eat. Although I guess that's a thing, right? Like mukbanging. Oh, I think you have to eat like a lot. I think you have to sit and eat like a ton of food. And people love that shit. It's really weird, man. So I've been working on this guy off scene. I'm gonna add some stuff to him. I printed some stuff up, but I'm gonna add some stuff to him and like geek him out for Trench Crusade just for funsies, because I think it would look awesome to have him like a vest with a bunch of pouches and grenades and a big old fucking machine gun. It'd be pretty cool. Knights with machine guns is always something I've always been kind of like, yeah, it's cool, knights and machine guns. I don't know why. It's just the little boy in me, you know, from when I was when you're a kid. And back in my day, we didn't have Legos that had guns, like, until they started making, what was it, the flintlock for the pirates? That was the first, like, true guns we got. Well, I guess you could get a revolver in the cop set, if you got the cop set from Germany. Like, it was weird, man. Policing was strange. Or policing children's toys were strange. I might even be wrong about that gun. I guess the space stuff had it, huh? But those didn't really look like guns. Now I'm interested. Oh wow, look at the Legos actually made like. They actually made a toy gun itself. Like Lego legitimately made a toy gun. Look at that. That's wild. Huh. I don't know. I'll have to look that one up. I'll have to look that one up for sure. I feel like it was probably in the space stuff. I feel like the space guys had guns, but like they didn't really look like guns. They were like these weird things that it's like they had parts to some other thing and they docked them up to make them look like guns. Because I remember when the pirate Legos came out, and we were all like, "Oh my gosh, they have guns!" Because like Legos didn't have guns. At least not normal Legos. They had swords and bows. Gosh, maybe I'm just so old that I don't remember a time before they had things that required guns. It's not like they had an Old West set when I was a kid. At least not that I knew of. So there'd be no need for revolvers until you had and then you had, but when the pirate Legos came out, you'd have to have guns and cannons and stuff. How do you have a pirate with no cannon? And how do you stop pirates with no cannons and flintlocks and rapiers and sabers and stuff? I'm trying to get this silly wet palette to soak up this water as fast as possible. It's kind of annoying, honestly. These palettes they're great though. They're worth all this fuss and hassle, but it can get a little annoying. I hung this one on my armature, so it kind of got weird in my light arm. So it kind of got funky on me. I gotta remember not to do that. It's better if you just let them dry out in the little pan here. Okay. Well, now what did I do with those silly fucking papers? They were right there. What the fuck? Somehow they got moved down to over under here. None of that is the place they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be right there. Ugh. Huh. I gotta finish getting everything back together from being ill. I don't know if anybody else does this, but when I'm sick, man, I just like stuff gets out of control. I got stuff. I just start putting it everywhere. I don't pay attention where it's supposed to be. It's rough. I don't know if that's anyone else's experience when they're ill, but that's how it goes for me, unfortunately. Okay, we're at that point. Alright, we're gonna need do those guns, we gotta do some legs, we gotta do. Looks like we're done with the magenta stuff though. That's for we'll need that black most likely. We'll need the yellow ochre. And crimson. Probably gonna need some of that colorless blush back. And wherever that bottle of olive green ran off to. That thing is always disappearing on me. So weird. That's right here somewhere. If not, I'll just make some. I mean, I could probably duplicate that. I actually have a green that's close to that. I just wanted to try out the Pro Quill. That and like I buy stuff from my local game store. Sometimes I buy stuff I don't even need. Matter of fact, I often buy stuff I don't really need. I don't know why. It's just I try to spend money when I'm in there. I don't know. When I was growing up, we had a whole lot more stores and stuff out there. And it seems like they all kind of dried up over time. And I just feel like if you're not spending money in your local stores, they're going to leave. That's just something that I just, as growing up watching that happen a million freaking times, I kind of, it gets in your head, I guess. It gets stuck in your brain. That's going to happen. See, that's pretty much the exact same color right there. Okay? And this is from When They're New. And that's pretty much the same exact freaking color. Which is why I don't typically buy bottles of paint. I tried out a Pro Acryl Metallic, and I wanted to try out Pro Acryl Non-Metallic, and that's how I ended up with that. I need a little hooker's green for those pants. Ooh, maybe that was a little too much hooker's green. That's right. Hooker's green is great. It's that, what people used to call, almost like what people used to call Hunter's green. Hunter's green was like Hooker's green with a little phthalo in it. I love Hooker's green. It's one of my favorite colors. I use it on a lot. It's not named after General Hooker, which when I was young, I used to think it was named after General Hooker. For those of you not familiar with General Hooker, he was an American Civil War era general for the Union. and he used to bring all of these girls with him, ladies of the evening, so to speak, or you know, yeah, we'll leave there, ladies of the evening, and they eventually started calling these girls hookers girls, and then they just started calling them hookers, which is why we call prostitutes hookers. So here you go. And a little Naples yellow. I almost can't paint without this paint. This paint right here. This one and that umbers, man. Umbers, siennas, and Naples yellow. That's gonna be in almost everything I paint. Somewhere, somehow. It's just kind of part of the game. I can't believe I made it through painting that dog without using any Naples yellows at all. I had to use any Naples yellow on this dog. It's weird. It's freaking me out, honestly. I really think I'm gonna come back and put some crimson in his little holes though, because I like that look. I might add some of the ooziness to it too. Speaking of ooziness, what's that one? That's a cat name. I need this nasty guy right here. Yellow ochre. You know, and there's a whole bunch of ways you can organize your palettes and stuff like that. I try to keep some like semblance of what I'm doing, like ideas. Like, oh, here's some reds, here's some pinks, yellows, yeah. It just kind of depends on what I'm doing, I suppose. But I try to keep my stuff pretty organized on the palette. It helps down the line. Now I've wasted like, I don't know how much time I just wasted in my mouth trying to get set up. All this usually should be done. 17 minutes. We're 17 minutes in and I'm painting fucking shit. Holy moly. Luckily, there's probably nobody watching, so it's totally fine. I get a lot more attention on my shorts than I ever get on any of these live videos. But I really love doing these lives. It's something about it, to me, is entertaining. I like it. Especially because, like, every now and again you get people calling. You know, they'll come on, they'll say something. Even if it's just hellos, you know, you're like, it's cool. It's cool to know that we're connecting with somebody from across the world. And we get all sorts of different people from all sorts of places. Lots of folks from Europe. We get a few people in from Asia. It's really, I don't know. To me, it's super neat. I really think it's cool. So, like, I'll keep doing it. Plus, it's kind of like, I don't know. There's part of me that likes doing this because, like, I know my time on this planet is finite, right? Like, I'm pretty aware of my mortality at this point. So I like the idea of having this kind of almost for, I guess posterity is the word for it, to, you know, kind of make a mark to say I existed, you know. And who knows, you know, my great grandkids may listen to this, and, you know, somebody might be like, hey, so what was Grandpapa Pat like? You know, what was he really like? You know, because all these things around my house, I have all this art I've made. Tons of art, man. I have like like actual paintings and pastels and all sorts of art that is just gonna probably wander around my family forever, you know. And so, like, somebody might ask, and I guess 30, 40, 100 years ago, from now, I don't know. I'm just making up numbers now. Let's say it's like 90 years from now. I'm well dead 90 years from now. But online, on YouTube, in theory, you could still jump in and watch me paint as if I were still there. And to me, it's really, that's really cool. That's kind of why I do art in the first place, to show that I'm here. Right? To kind of just express myself as a human being, and to show the cosmos and anybody who will listen and look up, I guess, that, you know, a person existed and made these things and was able to do this. To me, that's really neat. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being nostalgic or weird. I don't know. Not really worried about these being super perfect. I just want to make sure we're getting plenty of the yellow one, because we are really going to dirty these guys up. I'm trying to follow the different lines, but then I've decided that it's just, since it's going to be so dirty anyway, we just need to get it on there, and we're going to let those dirty washes really finish this off. We don't need them as clean and organized looking as the ones on the yeoman. Having a great discussion in my group about art. This is a great deal right here. We've been talking about like art and like how you learn art, and then like how to deal with your own like self-doubt when it comes to art. It's like art brings this self-doubt that's really weird. It's like when you're the artist, you see all the mistakes you made. That's one of the wild things about this show. Like you'll see the mistakes I made. Because you can't hide them, you know, in a live show. I was just talking about Burger, and here we go. So, yeah. As the artist, as the person who creates it, you know when you messed up. You saw all the mistakes as it was being made. So, like, you're going to be overcritical of your own work. That's just how that goes. And if you're not, then you're probably not really doing it. You're not doing it right. If you're not overly critical of yourself, if you're not like, ooh, does this work? Oh, I'm not sure that's right. Then your art's probably not great. It's probably some of those poor paintings or something like that, which is fine. I don't mind. Have a good time. Enjoy making your poor painting thing where you're just dumping paint on a canvas. I mean, even Jackson Pollock had more like control over what he was doing, but sure, you know, it is kind of a form of art. But let's not sit there and like pretend that poor painting is the same as like, oh, you know, Descartes or Michelangelo or you know, it's no Da Vinci's Mona Lisa. If you catch what I'm saying there. So like, oh man, you should have some criticalness for your own art. You should look at your work and be like, ugh. That should be kind of how you do, because what you're saying is, oh, I messed up here, I messed up there. So then you take it to somebody who either also does the same kind of art you do, or does some sort of art, and you kind of respect their opinion, and you let them look at it. Now, they might have some things to say. They're like, oh, hey, maybe next time try this, try that, just because they might maybe have some techniques you don't know, or, you know, some ideas. And so that's where you're going to get your real, like some real critiques from. Somebody you respect, something like that. But then I also recommend go take it to people who have no freaking idea how to make any kind of real art at all. And like, or, you know, even know how to paint. Go take it to your friend who just thinks everything you do is super cool. And then have them look at it so that they can tell you, oh man, that's so cool. And they can, because then you're going to get more of a real spectrum of how it goes. You're going to get the perspective of the guy you respect, or the gal you respect, or them they you respect. And then you're going to get like the people that absolutely love you and that love any kind of cool shit. They're like, oh my god, that's super cool. And you're like, man, I fucked that up. But it doesn't matter. It'll help you kind of feel like, hey, you know, actually, you know, they're right. That isn't so bad. I did all right there. I made that work. And that's kind of that's one of my biggest things to recommend to people, man, is like, don't spend all your time critiquing yourself. Get other people to take a look at what you're doing. Don't be afraid to show off what you do. Because there's going to be a lot of people that can't do even close to what you're doing, even if you think you suck. You're already doing more than most people will ever try. Because most people won't even try. They'll, oh no, that's just not for me. They don't even know if it really is or not because they haven't actually tried it. But they sure are ready to just go ahead and not try. So if you're in there trying, you're trying to paint stuff like this, you're already like 90% ahead of everybody else. Or not everybody, but like 50% of people. So my point being is like always, never trust your own critique of your work. Always go find someone else to take a look at what you're doing. Always. Because you don't see your work the way everybody else does. You just don't. Trust me. Hear me now, believe me later. With this, I'm really mostly I'm just gonna try to bring out highlights here. I've got my base color in, and I got that little bit of that muddy color going on, which is great. We just want to kind of help accentuate the folds of those clothes and kind of bring in where our light source is kind of hitting things. I'm not too worried about like all the way down in between these, you know, legs and the crotch area, or all the way back underneath all that. I'm just kind of, again, I'm bringing this where light would naturally kind of make it to it. So, you know, like that, this kneecap is out, so we definitely want to get a color on there before we start putting in our blood and stuff. But see, like this leg is back. See how it's back in there? So we can leave that shadow. I don't know if you can see it, but the umber from when we layered that thin umber on there is still creating a nice shadow under that knee. So just gonna kind of leave that alone. And you can see right here on this side we got a lot more detail. I'm gonna bring a little bit more light to that. Like this butt cheek's a whole lot farther out, so we really want to make sure it's getting light. We may even put a little bit more Naples yellow, and we're just bringing that butt cheek, that one butt cheek right there. We'll bring that out a little bit more, make it pop a little bit. It's a little booty cheek right there. I goof off too much, y'all. I really do. I used to be a serious person. I don't know if anybody believes that at this point. But I used to be a very severe and serious person, or at least I was when I was in uniform. If it was chef time, I was usually pretty severe, serious. Now I'm like, wow, have a good time. So weird. Such a strange thing. Okay. All right, we're gonna let that set up and dry a little bit, so we can come back. I really think we are gonna leave that stuff alone now. That'd be pretty dirty. Maybe let's finish those boots up. Put some color into those boots. Hit the bait. I almost feel like I owe y'all an extra 17 minutes for wasting everybody's time this morning. Isn't that funky? I guess I still have some professional tendencies. It's like, well, I don't really owe anybody anything. It's YouTube. You can do whatever I want. People can watch it or not. Oh my goodness. People always trying to talk to me. You'd think they'd know by now. Like, you'd think that they know that I'm busy, but like even my family texts me in the middle of these shows. I really should just turn the whole thing off and throw it across the room, but I don't. Alright, we've been using this. This is a burnt sienna. We've been using it for boots. Let's put one quick layer down here. I love using sienna over things that have been hit with umber. Because when it dries, sienna's pretty thin pigment. So when it dries, usually you can, as long as you didn't put on too heavy, you can see the details underneath pretty easily. Now, of course, you put it on like thick as snot or paste, and you know, all bets are off. Hey, it's Sir McBeardsly. Welcome. Yeah, heck yeah, man. Power through, get out of there. That's the way it should be, brother. You haven't missed anything but me talking and eating. I was running behind this morning. I have one of those. I keep having these. Not to go over it but I'll go over it real quick. I don't really want to talk about it, but I have these attacks where like I just like seize up, like I stop. I can't, like, I'm just like, oh man, and I can feel it happening, and then all of a sudden, like, I kind of got dizzy, and I have to sit down, and then I get really hot and start sweating, and then it stops, and then I'm fine. It's so weird. It's got to be something to do with like blood pressure or something. I don't know. But I had one of those this morning, so I've been running late. And I'm still trying to kind of recover from it. I'm still a little oof. So, you know, I don't know. I'm getting old. Gotta try to take better care of myself. But anyway, it stalled me out on making breakfast for myself, so I've been forcing everybody to listen to me eat. Alright, now I've been using this This is burnt umber. I've been using it for most of my woodwork on all these guys, so just to keep everything kind of the same. Alright. I really liked the way we used that last one, so I'm really gonna go ahead and bring some of that bloody ooze in here. There's pants too. Again, super thin. If you don't want to make it drip, that's fine too. You can just do like the bottom edges of it. I like the idea that it's oozing blood and pus. Eggs and with some Szechuan chili crisp. Nice. I've been throwing this in there because it's delicious. I pretty much, if I'm eating eggs, I'm probably eating something. It's like a habanero and poblano hot sauce. God, it's tasty. Like no reason for it to taste so good. But it does. Although I do like me some Szechuan food. Big fan of that. And Korean food, man. Ooh, God, I like some Korean food. I'm a huge lover of kimchi. For anyone who doesn't know me personally, I love kimchi. I like making it, but I like eating it more. I'm really struggling with this fly. I don't know what to do with it. It's such a weird looking thing. Yeah, mixing them up with the chili, but yeah, yeah. I dig it. I dig it. Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds real good. Well, I was trying to get all these guys done today. I don't think that's gonna happen. I was hoping to get on and do next week. I was hoping. I love a good messy breakfast, right? I'm hoping to get to Mesmer next week, but I gotta find a Mesmer I like. I don't know. I'm not sure. Because there's some really neat models of his. They're all really cool. Here I am again, not painting. Like this one looks pretty cool. I think this is a nom nom. foolish and anyway, I love this back piece. Looks great. Doesn't say what size it is. 75 millimeter scale. So what is that? 75 millimeter. Yeah, that's about right, isn't it? Okay. Okay. Yeah. That's probably that's a decent looking one. The 75 millimeter scale is pretty big too. Huh. I like that. Oh well. Oh, yeah, you put it with the Z. Well, okay, so that's the fun thing about, like, that's just how one place spells it. You're talking about Szechuan from China. Like, the way you spell that is with kanji, like a Chinese character. You can't, like, the way we spell it in English, we just kind of make it up as you go along, I guess. Put it whatever color, whatever you want. Man, what am I gonna... I gotta figure out what I'm gonna paint this fly. It's bothering me. Yeah, it really is semantics. Like you're trying to anglicize a Chinese word that we pronounce wrong. We don't even pronounce it right. Like when you hear the Chinese say it, it doesn't sound like anybody over here that says it. That's just how it is. I kind of want to see how other people did this. If anybody painted them. Oh, well, that's kind of boring looking, isn't it? I guess those are just prints. Kit bashes. There's one. Yeah, that's not what mine's gonna look like. I wonder if it's supposed to be one of these things popping out of him. This is like a herald of Beelzebub. No, sir, that didn't help at all. That did not help even a little bit. What if, okay, what if, I was saying earlier, I kind of want like a blue-black, right? I don't want it to be black, like black's too, like that's too dark. But we do, I kind of think like a bluish, greenish kind of color. Put a little Windsor blue on here, see what happens. Since we've got the yellow ochre on there now. Maybe we just drop some straight Windsor blue. I'll start making that blue-black look. Bluish green or greenish black, maybe. Might not be right. Maybe if we mix them. Nope, don't like it. Don't like it. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at. Right? That's exactly what I'm kind of thinking. Is that bluish, blackish green reflection. But I'm not exactly sure how to get that to work on this small scale like this. Like it would be easier on a larger scale. It'd be way easier. When you get small scale, it starts to become more and more difficult to get this to look right. Red, purple, black, yellow. Be pretty chaotic. Maybe. Alright, so here, taking that blue and all that stuff and really added a good amount of umber to it. That's a little better, right? Yeah, that's what we want. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Not quite a phthalo blue, but pretty close to it. More dirty looking, a little bit blacker. Yeah. And then we'll come back and we'll do some highlights with a little bit of a lighter color, maybe. Maybe we do come back with the phthalo and do that as the light, because phthalo blue is going to be a lot lighter on top of it than this is. I could just dry brush it with just a little bit of pearlescence. And make it look like it's sparkly or whatever. It would be weird looking. It'd get that little hue to it though, where it looked like it had the different colors reflecting on it. That's what I really need. I need to get like maybe some glitter or something, just see through, like a clear glitter. I don't know how you. I don't know if they make this thing I'm talking about, but in my brain it makes sense. It'd be like a paint that's actually like just makes things glittery on top of it. Like whatever color underneath it makes that color glittery. I feel like this is a product that's out there. Something that like instant iridescence. That's what I would call it if I were to make this product. I would call it instant iridescence, just because it's such a great selling point. Oh yeah. No, we wanted this color. This is ugly. That's fucking hideous. I love it. Oh yeah, nasty looking thing. Probably put a little bit more brown on top of it after this, just to, well, maybe not, since that isn't actually in the dirt. It's like bursting forth from this thing's chest. So creepy, very creepy. fly thing is creeping me out. I just like man, I can't imagine. Like you're sitting in the trench, and they're like, "Okay, lads, time to go over to the wall. Get ready," and they blow the whistle, and you jump up out of your trench to go fight the enemy, and you see this thing lumbering at you. You're just like, Jesus criminy, what, dear God, is that thing? Oh yeah, that is a putrid, ugly green. I like it. Looks like it's almost like what Golem in the old Lord of the Rings movie that they did, the animated one that Ralph did. Oh, I loved that one. It was so good. And then the new one came out, and it was like, oh man, the other one's trash now. For a long time, all we had was that. You got Lord of the Rings at home, and that was the Lord of the Rings you had. It was the only Lord of the Rings we did have. Oh, it's funny. Alrighty, where were we? Start trying to get this guy bloodied up real good. Another round of crimson in here. Really thin again. We can even kind of maybe get a little bit on this thing too, especially around where it's matching up. Definitely be okay to give it a little bit of crimson, like it burst forth from this wound. Whatever we want to, whatever it was that made this possible. Ew, so nasty. I'll make a little bit of red on a lot of it, honestly. That looks good. That red on it looks fucking grotesque. Nasty thralls don't mean a thing. All these nasty thralls are nasty. The nasty thralls gonna eat everything. Infected nasty thralls. Oh yeah. That's the kind of hilarity you come to pieces that Pat paints for right there. I promise. I don't actually know. I just reason to say. Hopefully you don't mind my insane rantings and babblings. There's at least 308 people who enjoy what I do. We've had an explosion of new members this week too, so welcome aboard everybody. Anybody who makes it by the live show to see kind of what I do, appreciate you coming by, really do. If you're new, give us a like and subscribe if you like my weirdness. Give us likes and subscribe. That's always very helpful. Nothing is as helpful as likes and subscribes, if I'm honest. So, you know, yeah, bring it on, bring it on, bring it on. Let's have some more. Okay, so a little bit of dry brush. We really want to be careful here. I'm not trying to obscure much of what's going on with this. And we want to leave a little bit of that dirt like we've been doing with everybody else. So we just need enough of this flesh color to maybe bring out some of these areas where maybe light's been hitting it a little more. I don't know how much get in the trench, but, you know, we're going to get a little. Focus more on where light's going to be hitting it. Let's switch straight over to this pale green. I'll do the same thing in a few places. So we didn't use all pale flesh, some of it's green. And that little two-tone of stuff is really what's paying off on a lot of these guys. It's two-tones of flesh, two-tones going on in there. Really makes it seem like it's dying, like it's dead flesh. We want dead flesh walking. That's what we're looking for. Dead flesh walking. Might make it. We might make it. Okay. Imagine seeing that thing in the dark of night, like down a factory, a hallway, or in the woods, right? Or like in your trench. Like imagine waking up as a soldier in the trench, because this is what this is all about, right? Trench warfare and shit. So you wake up in a trench, and you smell it first. You smell it first. Maybe you woke up from a sound of it. Maybe that was what actually woke you up. But that's not what you're gonna. That's not what you're gonna think of first when you very first encounter something like this. It's gonna be the smell. You're gonna wake up in a trench and you're gonna, God damn, what is that? Oh no! And you're gonna look down the trench ways down, and you're gonna see all of a sudden you might see a gun go off, and the flash of the gun lights this thing up, and you're like, dear God, what is that thing? And you would open fire. You'd open fire on all your friends in the trench. You would just start shooting. I guarantee it. Most people could not hold their nerve seeing something like this coming down the trench. Come on. I mean, I would. Maybe not you. Maybe I am being a little overly projective on that. But me? I'm opening fire. I'm sorry. I really am. But you're infected. Whatever got on you carries this with it. You're dead. You're dead down there. I'm sorry, but I gotta protect the people down here this side of the trench. So wow. Or yeah, you're out on patrol. Imagine you're out on patrol trying to flank a trench, and then all of a sudden these things start popping out of, like, I don't know, a rotted cabin or something out in the woods of France. Ugh. I love this concept. It's such a great little concept for a war game. Now that's that pale flesh again. Kind of blending it in with this crimson as we go. To kind of give us this intestines look. Again, it's going to be the brightest right wherever the sun's going to hit it. Okay, so anything that's down lower will be a lot pinker. Anything that's up higher, or anything that's up higher will be a lot pinker. Anything that's down lower is going to be a lot redder. So if it's out where it can't be actually seen, or by the light of day, if the light of day isn't going to touch it, then it needs to be that darker red. This is really just kind of blending that on the model. And I'm going to kind of pull down on my painting on these final strokes, right? Just to kind of get that movement, right? Because if it's got blood coming off it or whatever, that is going down. It's going to head down. Man, right? So like, because the Black Grail itself is operating off of a disease. They're like the death guard of the Trench Crusade. So like, if you get this in something, you get bit by one of these or whatever, you catch this Grail, this black Grail disease, you're going to turn into one of these things. If you're lucky, you'll get turned into one of these things. And if you sold your soul to Beelzebub, you might be able to be one of these. But most likely, you're going to be one of these because you got taken over by the disease. Such a nightmare of a concept. And I like body horror is something that just creeps me out to no end. Like the idea of your body just kind of going crazy. I've always found that interesting. Back when like Akito came out, like I loved Akito. I thought that was some of the craziest shit I ever saw. And like the idea of that happening to somebody is just like, whoa, that's wild. And for me, that's just like, that's as crazy as it gets. Your body, you just completely lost control of your body, and it turned you into something else. Or like The Fly, that old movie, The Fly. God, that movie was so good, so creepy. They made there's 2 versions of that too. Even the old one, the old black and white Fly, was flipping wild. Now this is just a little bit of phthalo blue. Kind of lighten up a little bit of this top part. Before we do his proboscis in his eyes. Oh yeah. Oh, that's so creepy looking. Just a little spot right under here. It's the Deftones. To turn into flies. That's so good. Oh my god, we gotta find that song now. Oh my god, I do not own the rights to this song. Do not sue me. That's fucking funny. I don't know the lights to this music. Maybe we just play the chorus. Alright, that's probably all I can play. I'm gonna get in trouble. That stuff they really do come down on. You can't be breaking people. You can't be messing around with people's copyrights. You get in trouble. I don't know, and I don't know how litigious the Deftones are. So I'm totally not gonna get it. I'm not gonna give anybody an opportunity. But go check out that song if you don't know that song. It's pretty awesome. The Deftones are pretty good. Like they make some pretty good stuff. This brush may be a little bigger than the one I want to use on that. I got a little carried away. little bit more raw. One of the good things about using that super thin crimson is we can just kind of raw that up a little redder without overkilling it. Nope, we're a little over time today. That's all right. Like I said, I felt like I owe everybody a little bit more time since I spent a lot of this morning yapping and eating. Hopefully I didn't turn anybody off too bad. I'm always worried about that kind of thing. I'm like, man, I gotta eat something, but God, what do people think about that these days? And then again, I'm back to like, oh wait, no, there's mukbanging, so it must not be that big a deal. That mukbanging stick shit cracks me. I think that's hilarious. Mukbang. Whoa. I guess to each their own though, huh? Ain't my jam. Yeah, as long as you're not eating like Denethor. Oh, God. That's so gross. That actor did such a great job playing Denethor. Like, there's great actors in great actors and great actors in Lord of the Rings. Like, there's tons of great performances. But, man, like, that guy nailed Denethor in ways that it's... You have to, if you're a true Lord of the Rings fan, like a big time actual fan of the books, like I am. Oh, God. Yes, he did. No, he did. He did. And the character that is Denethor would have been doing it on purpose just to piss off Peregrine. Like, it would have been just to be nasty to this person. Because by the time he gets you're getting to Denethor, he's lost it. He's completely lost his mind, and he's now in control of Sauron. So Sauron would be making him do things that were so awful that it would terrify and gross out anyone in this person's company. Especially somebody that the Dark Lord is trying to get to, freak out and leave that place. Because you got to remember that Sauron needed them to leave so that he could capture them, because he thought Peregrine had the ring. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And if you just watched the movies, you wouldn't maybe get all the parts of that, but when you read the books, you really get this sense of how much Sauron has poisoned Denethor mentally. Like, he's completely, anything that was once a proud human being in that man was completely gone. It's such a great scene. It really is. Honestly, some of Peter Jackson's best work. That Lord of the Rings is his magnum opus. Everything he did after that has been just junk. And a lot of stuff he did before that was kind of junk. admit that Lord of the Rings trilogy was something special, man. And they even like swelled this wood on this gun. It's all swollen and weird. That's attention to detail right there in the sculpting. Okay. I think the rest of that is metal. Really hard to tell. Oof, so ugly. What is it, buddy? Oh, the birds are finally flying again. He's excited. He's like, birds, birds. He loves bird watching. He's very vocal about it. What is it, little dude? What? Okay. Shit. Hello, buddy. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Cat break. Hi. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, you got to remember, man, that book came out. He started writing that book during those books during World War I. And they came out, I think they originally got published, what was it, the late 50s, early 60s? And, like, it's not going anywhere. I read all my kids' Lord of the Rings when they were growing up, and, yeah, hello, buddy. Hello, buddy. I mean, heck, my daughter's named Daewin after the Horsemaster's daughter in Lord of the Ring. Hi, buddy. Okay, goodbye. I already ate all the stuff that's in there. There's nothing in there. You don't like hot sauce anyway. What are you doing? Dude, that's the way of death. You don't want to go over there. Yeah, you don't want to go that way. Do not try to make that jump. Get down. You're going to tear shit up. God damn. Alright, little lead belcher. It's all twisted and mangled. It's crazy. Flattened. Like it flattened part of the gun so it can beat people with it. Just another coat of that burnt umber in there, quick. I hit it up with some nappy, some of the nasty wash. Come brush for it. I just cleaned this thing yesterday. Can't have gone too far. And this, again, for anybody who doesn't know what this is, it is a mix of mineral spirits and black oil paint. It is flippin' wonderful stuff. If you're trying to make things look oily and black and crappy, especially metal parts and things like that. And it loves to find crevices, so you really almost have to just touch it to whatever you're looking for to turn. And you don't really have to do that much work with it. Makes things super fast and easy. They manufacture a product that's similar to this called Nun Oil, and it works kind of the same. Not exactly. Nun Oil has some other things in it this doesn't. Flow improvers and stuff like that. That does make it a little easier, make it work a little better, but you're going to be able to get a lot of the same effects with this idea. So if you're looking to do it on the quick, I highly recommend you make some. You just store it in a jar or whenever you need it. And then all you gotta do is homeboy's eyeballs, and I think we're done. Just gonna black out this entire gun, the butt, the parts and all. Oh, I think I see something I didn't see before. Dang it. Of course, that's dried up on me. One little pouch right here. Should have got. I never did this belt. Little touch around there. It's all over. There's a here maybe. A little fuzziness. Whee! Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock rock. What the hell am I gonna do with this proboscis and his eyes? Payne's Gray? Payne's Gray. That's what I'm thinking. Assuming I know what the fuck I did with that. That's Mars Black. That's silver. Here it is. Alright. So Payne's Gray is kind of a bluish black color in and of itself. Well, like a bluish gray, I guess. So we should be able to, and it'll contrast against the other color, and we should be able to just take a white and dry brush. To get our details and put the light back on it. I don't use a lot of like black in general. I've said this several times. I'll say it again. once you get it that dark, then like it's hard to make other things that dark and it look right. So like when I do use black, I'll use it super sparingly, or I'm using it to kind of darken up a color or something like that. But I rarely use straight black on something unless it's of course supposed to be straight black. Like certain things are, they're just black. Tires and shit like that. And even tires, honestly, tires got this brown to them once they've been used. They only look super black like right after you've cleaned them and polished them, really. But like if it is a black car or something, I'll use black. Or if I want like, or shoot, I don't know, even with black slacks, sometimes I just use paint spray. I don't even use black. Very softly, very carefully. Dry brush this stuff just a touch. Just a touch more white for the eyes and stuff. Come on, lock in. There we go. Ew, he's so nasty. So funky looking. Alright, kiddos. Well, I gotta finish up their bases, but that's all boring. So. This thing just looks so. Ah, it's Francois. Hello, friend. Yeah, super hideous. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So here we go. All four of our Grail Thralls. All finished up in their heinous and hideous glory. A lot of fun. That was a good week for the stuff right there. That was a lot of fun. So next week, with any luck, will be woo. Okay. There we go. So, like I was saying, with any luck, next week I'll have everything printed up for us to start Mesmer. We'll be back on our Elden Ring joint, doing that stuff. I think we only have like 3 of those left, and then that project's done, which is crazy. There's a lot of sculptures. Anyway, and then I've got another project behind it, paid project. But I don't know if I'll do that live or just show you guys as I go live. I don't know. But It's John Marston from Red Dead on a horse, which would be fun. I've wanted to do a horse for a while, so it'd be a lot of fun. Also, check out the shorts. Put all the shorts out. It's a lot of fun. I like shorts. Shorts gives us a lot more views than anything else I do. So I'm gonna try to I don't know. I'm gonna just start trying to do more stuff offline or off the lives, and then getting more shorts out to kind of drive and feed the channel and all that stuff. So yeah, that's it. Well, I gave you back the 17 minutes it took from you eating and jawing this morning, plus some. We gave you another extra 10 minutes on top of that. So, plus I wanted to get these done, guys. I wanted to get these done. I mean, honestly, I'm just blaming you for fun. But yeah, we're done up. Luckily, it looks like everything's thawed out pretty nice. I'm gonna go get my car cleaned up and stuff like that. I gotta get out of this house for a little while. I've been stuck in this house all week. It's been crazy. So I get out, go do some errands and things like that. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you can find something to paint. It'll be fun. Anyway, be good to each other. Be good to somebody. Find somebody to be good to. Be good to yourselves. So, or what did McBeardsly say last time? Be good to yourselves and someone else, or others. Be good to just be good to people. There's a lot of not being good, not being nice going around. So try to just interject a little bit of that. It'll help. I promise. People notice. Yeah. So anyway, hope you guys have a great day and a great weekend. And we'll be back on Monday for the lives again. So yeah, check us out Monday. Talk to you later. Bye.